What's up, guys? Welcome back. Talked to y'all for a minute about the last video. If you watched the last video, you saw that we had problems with the motor in the 67, and we had got it tore down. And again, thanks to Kevin and Brandon at Torque Performance Engines getting the heads done as quick as they did. Because it was an intake valve guide on pretty much number one cylinder. I think all of them seemed to have some slack, but number one cylinder we know was not sealing off. And we had got it done, so quick in that same week to try and go to Steel that Saturday. Remember me talking about that we were headed to Steel? Well, we went, and we didn't get but 2 rounds done eliminations, and the bottom fell out, started raining on us. So I just didn't make a video of it. We did have an entry in the 3rd round, and then rain started. And going by the passes I made there, I think I made 5, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6, something like that. I did not hear a pop in the burnout. I did not hear a pop down track. Going back and looking at the runs on the grid, I did not see nowhere where it was popping like it's been doing all year long, like I've been chasing all year. I've been changing a lot of things that I felt like could be causing it, and I never fixed it. And that I believe that ended up being the problem. I never heard it pop or miss or anything at Steel, which has been a couple weeks ago. So I believe we got that fixed. I didn't really make the car run any faster, so it wasn't down horsepower. It seemed to run a little bit more consistent to a 330, which makes a little sense because at the consistency to a 330, I hadn't really liked it that much. It's been not as good as it usually is or good as it could be. So I started thinking it was my rear tires wearing out, which they are pretty wore, but which I got my brand new set of tires in, but I have not put them on yet because after finding that and the car running as good as it did, still running 94 there, run like 3 94s in a row, which it really ain't repeated like that in a while. Since Gulfport, really. It repeated like that at Gulfport beginning of the year. It was repeating like that. But since then, it hadn't really repeated like that, but it's been very good, but not, not that good. But I believe we got it fixed. I didn't hear it, none. We'll see this weekend. We're gonna go to I-22. The plan was always to go to I-22 this weekend. I thought that it was the makeup race for the Southeastern Bracket Series. It ends up not. It's not the makeup race. It's just a regular Saturday night deal. So, which is fine. We'll go. Today's Friday. We'll go tomorrow and run the regular Saturday night, which is usually $1,000 to win. So we'll do that. I don't know what they did with the 2 rounds we done at Steel. I hadn't really looked to see if they used the points that people got for them 2 rounds. Before that, going into that race, I saw that I was 7th in the points. I think I was like, I'm not sure how many points I was behind. I can't remember. Maybe like 7 points behind or something like that. But that race was supposed to be double points, but like I said, I got rained out. I don't know if they gave the people who won first, second round their points or not. I had lost both first round, I think, and won one on the second round. Or maybe I won one and lost one, won one and lost one. But then the second round is where I won my points entry, I believe, was second round. So I should have got, 2 points for that and a point for being there. But I don't know what they did. I hadn't looked or hadn't found anything showing that they gave us points for those 2 rounds. So this weekend is not a points race. It is a regular bracket race, I-22. So that's what we're gonna go do tomorrow night. And it's gonna be hot as hell, but I don't really care. The heat don't bother me. I work in a hot mill, a steel mill in the hot mill department. So heat don't bother me. And the heat's never bothered me. So I mean, I don't care how hot it is. I'm gonna go do what I love to do. I'll just sweat my ass off. So, about to get the car in the trailer. I'm gonna go see if we can turn some wind lights on tomorrow. Yeah, so as you just saw, kind of sucked it up Saturday night at I-22. I couldn't even win a round, and I didn't win not one round. I don't remember the last time I went somewhere and not even won one round. It was pretty rough. I just couldn't catch a break, really. We got there, and it was hot. I think that they waited till about the sun went down. First pass, before the sun went down, made my first pass. Car run 6 flat with a 0, which is like, it's slow. That's slow for a 67. Kind of surprised me when it run that. And then we made our second time trial, and it run 599 with a 7. So it only picked up 3,000, so I was okay. You know, I knew the temp was gonna drop, but and the humidity was gonna go up. Didn't even think about the track coming around or getting a lot better once the sun went down. And I'm guessing that's what happened, because first round I dialed it at 99 and I'm running a 670 car. I'm chasing, and I'm 11 on the tree. He's 09. We get down there, and I can tell I'm coming around him, and then me driving the finish line very poorly. I start womping like way too late when I should have lifted completely off the gas and coasted the rest, coasted around him. But car picked up a ton. Like, it picked up 400 to, went from a 99 with a 7 to a 95 with a 1. And we had a breeze come out of nowhere, like 6-mile-an-hour wind, I think is what it was. It was like a tailwind. It was going down tracks. So that made me think, which I knew, it might pick up because of that, but I never would have thought it'd pick up that much. Everybody picked up, 400 to 500s. Just about everybody I talked to. So we broke out, and guy I run, he broke out. also, but I broke out worse. So I bought back in. Second round, no tailwind, no more wind. So I didn't know what to do with it. It kind of threw me for a loop. So I just put a 97 on it. Run the same guy again, but he was driving 2 cars. It was Zach Woods, and he's pretty good. You know, he normally every time I run him, he's gonna cut a good light. And the 2 cars they got are pretty good. They run the dial in pretty good. So he was in his other car. He's in a truck, little S10. They call Patches. He was 04, I was 06 on a tree, and like I said, I was dialed 97. Come up on him, and actually, I still waited too long to lift. I did get 1 rip in before the finish line. Killed a mile an hour maybe, and it's still running 95 with a 6. So I broke out again. So apparently the tailwind, you know, didn't have nothing to do with it. I think the temp dropping a little bit, and the track got a lot better when the sun went down. So I felt like, okay, I know the car's gonna run now. Put 95 on it for 3rd round. When the car left 3rd round, I knew I missed the tree a little bit. And run a 480 dragster, run all the way out, run dead on with a 9, so it slowed up a little bit. But he was 14, dead 1, so I just couldn't catch a break, man. I was pretty good on the tree to that last pass. I was gonna have to be 006 or better to win that round. With him being dead 1 and me being dead 9, so. But I don't know, man. Maybe we can have this slump eventually. We started out the year really good, but these last couple months been rough. But we're going back this weekend, try and go to Holiday Beach is the plan. It's the 5th race of the point series. So maybe we can turn something around, do something this weekend. I appreciate everybody for watching. I hope y'all keep liking the videos and commenting and sharing them and all that, man. I appreciate it. So I'll see y'all in the next one.